So, what if you could get all the power of a full-blown expert marketing department, but without that six-figure payroll and all the headaches that come with managing a team? That's the big idea we're going to unpack today. How Java Logics can become your outsourced marketing department. Okay, let's be real for a second. Does this look familiar? For so many business owners, this is their reality. It's just a chaotic mess of sticky notes, tangled wires, and a million urgent tasks. Fix the SEO, gotta call that client back. What's our ad spend? It's what we call the task trap. Where you're constantly busy, but you're not really being productive. It feels totally random because, let's face it, it is. And this right here is the fundamental shift in thinking you need to have. Your business doesn't need another to-do list, another marketing task. What it needs is a system, a well-oiled engine that just works for you in the background, taking you from these random acts of marketing to a predictable, reliable process for growth. And this visual just says it all, doesn't it? We go from that tangled mess we just saw to this, a clear, automated path. Leads come in one end, they get nurtured through a system, and they come out the other end as sales. It's really about replacing that chaos with absolute clarity.
So here's the game plan for our chat. We've just touched on the task trap. Next up, we're going to dive into what a system for growth actually looks like and its 6 core pillars. Then we'll walk through the different packages you can choose from, do a quick cost comparison against hiring your own team, and we'll wrap it all up by answering some of your biggest questions. Sound good?
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the mechanics of it all. Every great system needs a rock-solid foundation, and the Java Logics growth engine is built on these 6 core pillars. And these aren't just separate services you have to juggle. Nope, they're all integrated parts of one smooth running machine. And here they are. You've got a fully managed website, a strong local online presence, content that actually builds trust, email to nurture your leads, automation that saves you a ton of time, and ads that bring in the right people. Now, the most important part, you don't manage any of this. We do. Okay, so now that you get the engine, let's see how we can actually tailor it to fit your business perfectly. We're going to look at 3 different growth packages, and each one is designed for a specific stage of business, from just building your foundation all the way to total market domination. Here's a quick, high-level look. You can see right away how things ramp up across the plans. Digital foundation? That's all about consistency. 1 social post a week. The sales accelerator kicks it up to 3. And then market domination? We go all in with 5 posts a week, plus much more advanced SEO and ads management. Let's break them down one by one. First up, we've got the digital foundation plan. Now, this is perfect if you're already pulling in over 10 grand a month. Maybe it's just you and 1 or 2 other team members. What you really need is to establish that credible, professional online presence. The goal here is all about consistency and getting some basic automation set up to cut down on your manual work. Next, let's talk about the sales accelerator. This is for businesses that are really in that prime growth phase, doing somewhere between $20,000 and $85,000 a month. Here, the focus totally shifts. It's about actively bringing in more qualified leads and using smarter automations like an AI voice receptionist to make sure you never miss an opportunity. And finally, we have the market domination package. This is for the established players out there doing over $50K a month who are ready to become the undeniable leader in their market. This is all about creating a predictable, fully automated lead flow machine, the kind that lets the owner step back from the day-to-day grind and really focus on the big picture. Okay, so you've seen the packages, but I know a question that's probably on your mind is, well, why don't I just hire someone to do all this? So let's actually look at the numbers because this is where the value just becomes crystal clear. On the left, that's the reality of hiring in-house. You're trying to juggle a marketing manager, a content person, an ad specialist, an SEO expert. The list goes on. Then on the right, you've got Java Logics, 1 strategic partner, 1 system, 1 person to talk to. It really is simplicity versus complexity. And here's the hard data. Just look at these average salaries. A single ad specialist could run you $70 to $100K. A marketing manager, $80 to $120K. When you start adding up all the different experts you need to even come close to replicating this system, the cost gets really big, really fast. And here is the grand total. You are looking at $250,000 a year minimum just in payroll to build a team that can do all this. And that's not even counting benefits, software, or training. With Java Logics, you get that same expertise for just a fraction of the cost. So, beyond the huge cost savings, the advantages are really strategic. You get one single partner. You get automation that works for you 24/7, so you literally never miss a lead. You get clear reports that show you what's actually working. And best of all, the system grows right along with your business. Okay, we've covered the problem, the system, and the value. So now let's tackle some of the most common questions we get just to make sure you have all the clarity and confidence you need. This is always a big one, especially for business owners who might have been burned in the past. Are you getting locked into some scary year-long commitment?
The answer is a hard no. This is not about locking you in. It's a simple month-to-month partnership. The whole philosophy here is that we have to earn your business every single month by delivering real results. It keeps us accountable and gives you total flexibility.
Another really important money question. When you pay for the accelerator or domination plan, does that monthly fee also cover what you're spending on Google or Meta ads? Nope, it doesn't. And honestly, this is for your benefit. Your ad spend is paid directly from you to the platforms like Google or Meta. This gives you 100% transparency and control over your budget. You always know exactly where every dollar is going. And here it is, the million-dollar question, right? When do I actually start to see a return on this investment? Well, some improvements, like having better tracking or automated follow-up, you'll feel those almost immediately. But for a consistent flow of leads and real, tangible growth, you should expect to see significant improvements within 30 to 90 days. The key thing to remember is this: we're building a long-term growth system, not just chasing a quick temporary fix. And let's just end on this thought, because it perfectly sums up this entire approach. You're not just paying for a bunch of marketing activities or a list of tasks. You are making a strategic investment in the growth infrastructure of your business. So the real question isn't just about what marketing you need today, but what kind of system will you need to keep growing tomorrow?